It's just how it goes.
Yeah, really was. All right, man. Let's move along to a little chalk talk. That sound good, Tim? You want to do a little Baron Sorrell? The guys are going to be mad. I thought Emilio was coming in, but I guess he ain't. So, oh well. My man's missing out. I talked about this earlier in the week when we were doing the Baron. Actually, yesterday we were doing the Baron Sorrell chalk talk. This is Colin Oliver. Baron Sorrell was fun, and I think there's a lot to like there on the tape. I'm more excited about Colin Oliver than I am Baron Sorrell, Tim. And I want to see if you feel the same way when this is all said and done here. And I'm going to try to get this thing cleaned up as much as possible so we can actually see where he lines up. Again, the main thing is we're trying to determine where did they use him in terms of deployment. As a pass rusher, he played pass rusher and he played stack backer. So I want you to imagine in Green Bay's defense, can we utilize him the same way that he was utilized in college, all right? This opening one, the clip got off a little early, but he was in a 7-tech here, okay? Meaning he was lining up outside shoulder of the tight end if there was a tight end on that side of the field. There was not, but nonetheless, he's working with that wide 7 look against the tackle. Let's watch him rush the quarterback here. Look at the speed, Tim. I mean, he is so fast around the line. Let me go to 75% here. Again, the 75, if it looks slow, it's because it's in slow motion, but look how quick around the edge, man. His game is quick twitch. There's no two ways about it. Mm-hmm. So we've seen him in a 7-tech, right? Here he is in a 7-tech on the opposite side. Okay, so again, there's no tight end over there, but I would consider that a 7-tech. He's one gap over from the tackle. Watch him work the edge, Tim. Again, speed around the edge, a little dip, bang, hitting home. And again,
good finish too, man. Explosive when he gets near the passer.
Yeah, and you know when you look at his size, he's a little undersized. Some would say Clay Matthews is a little undersized coming out as well, right? But what did Clay Matthews have with his game that we haven't had in a while? You know, we've got Preston Smith, power rusher. Zadarius Smith, power rusher. Rashawn Gary, power rusher. Lucas Van Ness, power rusher. Even though he's got speed, power rusher, right? Maybe it's time to mix in a little speed rush. And Brenton Cox Jr., you would think with his build, he's a speed rush. He's a power guy too, you know? Yep. He kind of drives the pocket. So here is Colin Oliver up top, another 7-tech. So you're seeing first 3 plays lining up in the 7. Let's see what he does on this play. Speed around the edge.
Yeah, speed around, yeah.
So it's the first time in a while that we got in a hold of a speed rusher, is what it seems like. So we're starting to mix in a little speed with the power rushers we already got. Here we got him in a wide 9, Tim, and this is a perfect example of a 9. You got 2 tight ends on that side, right? And he's on the outside. It looks like he's on the outside shoulder of this tight end right here. So that's what you refer to as a wide 9. Now, notice the cheat motion they're using. They're trying to eye candy this thing up. They got a pretty solid front. This is what you call a jam front, even though he's not technically in the 0, but you got a nose, 3 down linemen, and then you got 5 on the line of scrimmage. That's what you would call a jam. You've actually got 6, but he's probably dropping into coverage. So here he is in a wide. See, we said wide 9 and Emilio pops in. That's funny how that works.
How many times are you going to come to my press conference late?
What's up, Emilio?
Too many.
He was like, I'm taking the night off. And then he heard us say Colin Oliver. He said,
I heard Colin Oliver chalk talk. My ears just started ringing.
All right. So here he is in a wide 9. Look, what we've shown, all you've missed here, Emilio, the first 3 plays, Colin Oliver in a 7-tech, all 3 plays. Okay. And what we're seeing is speed, dip, and rip is what we're seeing. Okay. Speed rusher off the edge. Let's see what he does in this wide 9 look. Look at him diagnosed right there off the bat. Once again, speed. I love that he had the awareness to go after the quarterback. You know what I mean? Rather than kind of get caught flat-footed, press.
You got to make a decision. Yeah, you got to make a choice at some point. You can't be sitting in the middle.
Yeah. Right or wrong, you got to shoot your shot. You know, you cannot be left back there trying to make a decision.
You know, Jacob does that every night, but
very well said. All right, so here again, some would say he's playing stack. I think he's playing wide 9. I think they're looking at showing a pass rush here. Let's see if he actually rushes. Now, you notice the motion made him shift outside a little bit. He's tipping his hand a little bit. Don't like that, but let's see what he does. He's just making sure he's wide enough now that the tight end's over. We're going to rush the quarterback, ain't we? Watch him attack the point. Hold the point.
Okay.
He makes that whole thing happen.
You went and met him.
Yeah. For everybody that's on the pod that you can't see this, I'm going to try to paint you a picture. They motion a tight end over. He's in a wide 9, even though there's just one tight end on that side. He's got a full gap, and he got that space on purpose. They're going to run a zone read. They hand the ball off. He takes on a pulling blocker, a grown-ass man pulling blocker, smacks him in the mouth, holds the edge, and then has the wherewithal to not let that dude get around the corner. Notice how he got outside, right? Forced him back. At this point, he's, 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage because Colin Oliver had him over. And you see that quick twitch, too.
I'm just surprised. I mean, you had two pulling guards at you, and he went up there and just stuck the dude. Stuck him right in his tracks and said, I'm just going to hold the edge.
Now that we know that, let's go back one more time. We got 10
It looked, and honestly almost looked like a little trap or like a little counter. I mean, it's not a counter, but the running back gets the ball on the right side of the quarterback and ends up on the left side of the line. So
I think these are the two guys pulling. It might be the guard together. So it's two outside guys, right? So it's the guard and the tackle pulling. So that's a guard. That little bitty Colin Oliver, Mr. Undersized, that some people were saying the Packers would never draft him because he's too small. He smacks a guard right in the mouth, dude. That's how you set the edge. And then get back outside. Get back outside.
And
right?
him, obviously, his teammate was there, filling that hole there. But him sticking that guard, stop. Look how closed in the hole got. I mean, it looked like it was going to open right up, and then it just shrunk.
Yep. Just watch it over and over again. Bang, and then get back out.
Yep.
That's how you cut that play off. Love it. Tim, what do you think, man, so far? You've seen some speed. Now you've seen him against the run. You're muted. You've seen him against the run now. What do you think of so far? You're seeing 7 tech. You're seeing 9 tech, right? We haven't seen any stack backer yet.
No, but I'm convinced he could play there if we needed him to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just looking at, even based off of this little bit of film we're looking at now, and he seems like a finisher. He seems like a guy that's not afraid to go in there and initiate some contact, as we saw in that previous play, holding the line and just going in there and sticking somebody. He also looks like a guy that's got pretty good FBI. I don't think he's going to get himself washed out of too many plays.
Right.
Although we haven't seen him at the NFL level yet, so yet to be determined. But my gut's telling me we might have one here for sure.
I'm telling you, man, and I like Barron Sorrell, but when I turned on the tape of the two, I came away going, damn, Colin Oliver, I think's the dude. I think he's the dude. So
you imagine if they both pop? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Coach Lynn says, do you think he can play stack backer? Wait, we got a couple of those clips here in a minute, Coach. I think
to that FBI point, Tim, look at him just lining up here. Everybody else is basically a yard off the ball. My man is getting every inch he can in that neutral zone.
Yeah, It's true. It's very, very true.
I love it. He got the little lean, but he's keeping his shoulders back, so he's perfect.
All right, so we got a 7 look here. Again, zone read. Notice you're aggressive, but watch him. Now he pulls it, right? Quarterback pulls it. So now look at Colin Oliver. No hesitation. Shoot your shot. Look at the speed. And watch the tackle.
That's a hold.
That was a hold, too. Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah.
More power to him. I would have did the same thing if I was on that O-line. I got beat like that.
He knows here with the zone read that running back's not going to bounce it back, right? He's got 3 backing him up if the quarterback takes it and runs, okay? So it turns into almost like a RPR. And then right here, just no hesitation.
I like how he just shoots right between both of them.
Look at the quick first step. Bang, dip. The thing we're noticing with the speed dip is literally first step, get your shoulder low, and he's got a little bit of a bend to him. But again, the finish right here too is just doing everything you can, playing with every inch of your body.
While basically being tackled from behind.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, left him alone, putting him in a decision-making option there with that zone read. Everybody left him. He's just sitting there. That's all on him mentally making the decision. All right, I'm going to play the run, sit, and then, okay, I'm getting the pass.
FBI.
Read and react.
Yeah. He literally got tackled and still made the tackle.
Yeah, at first I wanted to say, he fell. He lost his footing or he got out in front of himself. But no, he got basically tackled from behind on that play.
He bends almost like he's on those motocross, like he's ripping around the track and just like got his knee touching the asphalt, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So here we are at Sam Stack. All right, so now we're going to see him at Stack backer. Let's watch him. Is he firing? He's tipping his hand. He's firing, isn't he? Looks like he's firing.
That's a lean, yeah. That's a good lean.
So there's the lean. He's bringing the thunder, baby. Look at him getting held again. Doesn't matter. Get him get to the quarterback. So now you're seeing him blitz from the stack backer position. Now, I know Coach Lynn's probably asking, hey, can he play stack backer? You don't think of him blitzing as a stack backer, right? Here we are at Sam Stack again, right? And again, Sam is the strong side backer. Assuming that we're going to call these guys linebackers, all three of them. The reason he's the Sam, strong side of the formation. That's what Sam stands for, strong side backer. Okay, I know it sounds silly. So you got Sam, Mike, Will, right? So you notice in terms of deployment, he's playing Sam. We haven't seen him in the Will yet. So it looks like 7 tech, 9 tech, Sam so far. Let's watch him on this play. Watch him fire. No hesitation. Again, dipping, right? He's getting under those blocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that seems to be his go-to move there.
That was a big boy, too. You see him take that contact, didn't even knock him off his line. He just stayed on his feet.
Yeah. And then great question here, or comment, Adam Block says, thinking of Oliver and Cooper on the field at the same time. I thought the same thing. Like, I'm not trying to be – and again, it's the college level, but if you had this kind of read and recognition in Quay Walker's body, you got an all-pro linebacker. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, the thing that he's lacking that Quay's got, if you just simply think in stack backer, is
coverage.
You know, the thing he's got that Quay doesn't have, or the thing that Quay's got that he doesn't have is that height, that 6'4", that frame, right? And probably a little bit more athleticism with Quay. I'm sure he's got a higher vertical, although that's the other thing. When you've got someone who's got an RAS in the 9s or whatever athletic scoring system the coaches use, you're looking for the tape, or you're looking for the athletic scoring to confirm what you've seen on tape. That's how coaches look at it. And you're seeing it confirmed on tape, you know, with the quick steps. So here he is at the Will stack. And some would say that looks more like a Mike. If you want to call it the Mike, that's cool. It's on the weak side. When you've got 2 linebackers, to me, it looked like there was 2 backers on this play. There could have been 3, but nonetheless, typically the Mike will play on the strong side of the formation. I just called it stack Will, but he's playing true backer right here, true stack backer, right? It's another passing play. He's already recognized it's a passing play. Look at him, a little spy. Now watch this, right? Screen pass. Chasing the ball down, right?
Love it.
Hold up a minute. Let me see here. We may have gotten something crossed up. Up here. Yeah. Will, I'm sorry. Stack Will. I marked the wrong guy. Sorry. So watch him read this out. Screen. Don't get too aggressive. Dip. You see him dip again?
Yep. You see how he refused to be blocked? He used the footwork to avoid the block?
Yep. And again, it's read and recognize. It's high FBI. Oh, I see it. Let me beat this blocker first. All right, now we know exactly where the ball's going. So now
that poor guard. That was who we did it to earlier too.
Yeah, that's 50 again, isn't it?
Getting worked.
Yeah. So again, you're seeing the FBI spill over from both playing the edge, whether it's a 7 or a 9, or playing a stack backer. You know, firing a blitz from the stack backer position. Now you're seeing them reading screens. Like now, here we are at a 7 tech. Kind of a 34 outside linebacker spot here, right? You can see the 34 jam look, got 5 on the line of scrimmage. Let's see what we play here. Look at that first step, dude. You kidding me? He's going to take every inch they give him, Amelia.
He is twitched up. He really is. He's got a little bit of bounce, man. Because you have a little bit of that FBI. You can feel it when the quarterback's getting into his count. You know what I mean? You can kind of pick up on that on the field. You know what it might be on. Hey, you got to take your chances.
Yep. And again, look at the quick twitch, beats the tackle off the snap, and then has the wherewithal to smack the football. Strip sack.
Running back blew it too.
That was out of a
look at 77. I'm going to the crib. Never mind.
That was a 34 outside linebacker play right there. So, again, we're in a 4-3, but look at this, man. 77 never had a shot, dude. And again, dipping, right? See the
was that a little left right hezzy there at the beginning of the?
Let's see. Let's go back to it here.
Just a little head fake. Right here. Let's see. Poor 77. Set him up.
Oh yeah, a little jab.
Just a little dip inside. Guy goes to extend, dip under the arms.
Yep. One more time. A little jab step in, back out.
See ya.
Dip. Keep the legs moving. Look at the legs.
Devin Neal wanted nothing to do with him at running back. I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm. All right, here he is at Sam Stack now. All right, let's watch him at the stack backer position. I love this play, by the way. So you see, it's almost like he's playing a little spy, but what he recognizes right here, okay, Let him get the hands up, bat the ball down.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you, man, FBI. Every freaking play. Like, we haven't seen one play where it's like, I don't know, man, he read that wrong. Or he got too aggressive.
You could call him a spy or in that curl zone, but dude is basically standing at the line of scrimmage by the time the ball gets thrown. He has enough vertical to literally just knock that pass down. You know what I mean?
Yep. Love it. So, again, Coach, you tell me in the chat, based off what we've seen so far, you think he can play stack backer? I'm feeling pretty darn good about it. Now, we haven't seen him run vertical, right, Tim?
Right.
That's a big part. Yeah. But so far, so good. He's going to be fun to watch, man. I can't wait to hear the camp updates with him. I think we're going to hear either, man, this guy is taking off, or it's going to be like Tyron Hopper. We don't hear about him at all. You know? So nothing in between. Again,
from the defensive side perspective, we've had some of these hybrid guys before, right? And usually it's like, is he a stack backer or a safety? The old Terry Carpenter. We saw that song and dance. But when you got a guy that can play, the Will or the Sam, and then can play a wide 9, can play a 7 tech.
Yeah,
it's pretty good scenario. That's more of the versatility. I think that's going to work to our advantage using a guy like that.
Yeah, here he is in a wide 9, and you'll notice they've actually got, looks like 2 tight ends over here. Hell, they may have 3 tight ends on this set, but they're in a pistol set where the running back, the quarterback's in a shallow gun with the running back directly behind him. Let's see how he plays this. Probably a read. Yeah, so it's a zone read. Watch number 9. No hesitation. Attack the mesh point. Get your hands up. Bat the ball down. Right?
He's fast, man.
Yeah. Like you said, man, twitched. He's twitched up big time.
And I'm telling you, the quarterback thinks he has a window, and he literally is jumping like 30 inches in the air and is just shutting it down so fast.
Yep.
That's fundamental football too, right? At that position, you get there, get your hands up, get big, get tall.
Yep.
Love it.
And knowing that's a timing-based route too. He's got the FBI and the awareness to know, okay, that's a timing-based route. He's not just going to sit back in the pocket.
Right.
Get up quick, get ready, right? Be real easy to just attack right there, but instead you understand the assignment.
I cannot get my guys to do that in college football at all, man. If I had a dude that could pull that off, stop the RPO for me.
Oh, man. I like this, too, at the end. He seemed to be a spark plug on that team. And, again, I think this is the type of guys that Goody goes after. Look at his teammates, man. You think they don't like that dude?
Yeah.
Nope.
I think we got us one, boys. It's early. Look at that. You kidding me? Screen grab that. Love it. All right, so there you go. There was your Collin Oliver Chalk Talk. Am I wrong for thinking that was better than Barron Sorrell? And not trying to bash Barron, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It's college tape. But am I wrong looking at that and going, I don't know, man. I think Collin Oliver going to give them a run for their money. And we've seen Barron Sorrell play 3-tech too, right? So different type of player. But I don't know. What's your all's takeaway?
I think that's fair, Clayton. And I think it's cool that we did them back to back like this to really have that fresh in our minds. And I think you're right. I think might be just a tad more excited about Mr. Oliver. I don't know. But overall excited about this defense with these new weapons that Jeff Hafley and the boys have. But yeah, man, Collin Oliver could prove to really be a freak, man. Once he finds his role, solidifies a role on this team, we'll see. Can't wait till we get to training camp, man. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a blast. Coach Lynn says Oliver has more tools. I agree. Now, if I remember correctly with Barron Sorrell, it was power rush, right, Emilio?
Yeah.
He's more of a power rusher.
Yeah, he can really extend and lock out those arms and get space in between the guy. Still with good hands on the chop, slap, and rip, but not as much bendy.
Yeah. Philip Root in the chat said, yes, Coach, I think Simmons, but Oliver is a possible dude. That's the other thing. You got Isaiah Simmons this year, right? You're going to try to work him into that linebacker rotation. So the beautiful thing about Collin Oliver, too, and why obviously he's going to make the 53 barring any injuries. You got a guy that in a pinch, he can play edge and he can play stack backer.
Right.
I mean, that's value.
And he's going to get on the field by performing on special teams. You know what I mean? Having that spring, that step, you imagine him on even just a punt block, field goal block, whatever. You might get something, kickoff return, whatever.
I was going to say the same thing. The way that he attacks the football, the angles he takes, how he can dip under blocks and not lose balance while keeping that burst. That screams special teams.
I think it's been a while since we've had a bendy guy. I really do.
Yeah,
I think since Clay. I think you guys were talking about it, but like just having that bend is a different kind of thing. I think it's just something they got to consider. They got to keep an eye. The offense has to pay attention to him if he's out on. If he does show up like we're hoping for, the offense has to keep an eye when he's out there. And I also like that he was able to flip flop. It wasn't like he was locked to one side of the field or not. He can play stack on either side, and he can play end on either side. Was kind of switching up the stance. That's perfect.
Yeah. It's a great point here. Ed Madden says Sorrell is more power and hands. Oliver is speed and bend. That's a great point. And that's, until he said it, I already forgot. It doesn't matter what you learn. The only thing that matters is what you remember. And I'd already forgotten about him playing the hands, right?
Sorrell, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, good hands.
Both of them high FBI guys, too.
Yeah.
Sorrell, real high FBI, just like Oliver.
Yeah. Philip Root said, I think I heard the LVN lined up inside an OTAs. I hope they kick him in a little bit. I think he's better suited playing that 4-tech. You know what I mean? Maybe a little 3. I don't know. Maybe on passing downs, especially, just push the pocket. I don't know, man. He's a pretty damn good run defender based off what we've seen the short time he's been in the league. He holds the point of attack. It's rare you see him get blown off the ball. So it's going to be fun, man. See how all this comes together. They got some tools to work with.
Right.
Y'all ready to give away an autographed LVN card?
Spin that
Let's
thing.
go.
All right, here we go.
Bust out the pinky wheel. Let's go.
Give me that. How about these hands, Tim? I needed in my life.
How about these hands?
All right, so if this is your first time tuning in, hit like, hit subscribe. Appreciate you hanging out with us. You're going, what the hell? Why is there a crooked pinky on the screen? We do giveaways here for our Patreon community. Anyone who's a member of the $3 tier, you get access to everything on our site, but also we enter you into the giveaways. Today, we're giving away an autographed Lucas Van Ness rookie card, all right, that was donated by one of our loyal listeners, Rick Kruger. Appreciate all the support, everyone who's donated stuff, Mr. Larry. I mean, there's way too many to mention. Jazambi, everybody. Thank y'all so much for supporting the channel. So here's what we're going to do to make sure this thing ain't rigged. You'll notice we got 121 entries over here. All right. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about Paramount. You don't need to subscribe to that. That ain't a big deal over there. Okay. Free advertising. Just sponsor the show. Somebody in the chat, give me a number between 1 and 10. Clint already did it. Clint, don't think I set you up because you went before I asked you. So between 1 and 10, somebody give me a number. Philip Root says 8. Let's shuffle this thing 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Y'all ready to spin this sucker?
Please.
There we go. The winner of the autographed Lucas Van Ness rookie card.
Come on. No whammies.
Come
on now.
We got it.
Oh.
Damon Stewart.
Come on. I can still get second.
No, you cannot. I promise you cannot. Let me write this down real quick. Damon Stewart. As soon as you hear this, shoot me a DM over on Patreon, okay? And we'll get that mailed out to you. However, if Damon Stewart's in the clink, we don't know where he's at. He's out of the country or what have you. He doesn't come forward in a week. We're going to pick a second place winner that the card will go to. If he does not come forward, the card is going to. This will be easy to find. Randy.
Randy,
baby.
That Randy from Minnesota?
Here's the guy.
The one that calls in all the time? I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. He's definitely in the Patreon community. So everybody change your Patreon name and give yourself some. It can be a fake last name, but let's come up with 2 names so that, you know what I mean? Randy seems kind of sus. I ain't going to lie. So, all right. If Randy doesn't come forward,
that's Jacob.
The third place winner would be. Oh, Greg
S.
All right.
Here's the guy.
So there you go. Again, the first place winner of the autographed Lucas Van Ness card is Damon Stewart. If he doesn't come forward, it's going to Randy. If he doesn't come forward, it's going to Greg S. And again, appreciate everybody in the Patreon group supporting what we do here. It's the best way to support Packers Total Access. If you want to join our Patreon group, just go to patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access or scan the QR code in the upper right. Really excited about what we're doing in there. The Chalk Talk we did today, that'll be added to our Patreon group, as well as pretty much everything we covered is already in the Patreon group. So you already got early access to that. So anything else, gents? We good?
Ready to go.
All right.
Ready to
Fun
go.
show, man. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. If you would hit that like button on the way out. Also, if you want to donate to a good cause, we got an awesome little promotion going right now. If you go to my Twitter account at Packers_access, we have partnered up with My Autism Connection, building hope, community, and independence for autistic adults. The link is right there that Emilio put on the screen, or Tim did. I apologize. https://givebutter.com/KRPSJ5, or go to at Packers_access, and I got the link pinned at the top of the page. What it works is anyone who donates in there, if you donate $5, you get entered into the contest one time. Just make sure that you list your name and put PTA after it so we know you're entered into the giveaway. We're going to be giving away an autographed Dorsey Levens jersey, that one right there pictured. We'll do it the same way on the wheel, all right? We'll take everybody who donates in increments of $5, put them on the wheel. There are going to be a lot of names on that because there's some people with some large donos in there. Really appreciate y'all donating to a great cause. So just another way for us to make a little difference in this crazy world. So also want to give a shout out tonight to our community leaderboard winner, and it looks like it was King Tron leading the way. Actually, it's a tie. Is that a tie? Is that a tie, Emilio? Hold up a minute. Let me
double check here.
Let me restream or
Oh.
No. Bates.
Yeah, mine's got Bates up top.
We've got a three-way tie. Three-way tie between Bates, Ed Madden, and oh, man.
Somebody.
NUTTIN2G is all I got on my screen.
Nothing to gain.
Okay, nothing to gain. That's not what it says, Amelia.
I
but
know.
appreciate you
I
being
know it's not.
You were
I know
awesome.
it's not.
He was the best.